So, bro, I'm gonna just get straight to it, man. What did you think about Derek Chauvin trial, the verdict, and kind of like where we move forward from here?
Um, what I thought about it at first, I feel like maybe like any other African American in this country, you had that feeling of okay, he can't get off. He cannot get off. There's no way it was on camera. But at the same time, we've been through so much. I also had the mindset to prepare myself in case something did happen, like he did get off, which is crazy that we're programmed like that, but that's just how it is.
So, did you think he was good enough?
In the back of my head, I didn't think he was, but again, in the back of my head, I kind of was preparing myself in case he did. It was emotional because this was like, my heart was pounding. My wife and I was in the car, and it was just like, wow, okay. It seemed like the verdict was supposed to come out at 4:30 our time. It seemed like that took like the longest to come out. And as far as where we go from here, um, I spoke on it last night. We cannot get comfortable. We cannot get lax. We last night was to me was for George Floyd's family, for his brother and his daughter, and everyone else that's a part of his family. But for us as a community, we have to come together right now more than ever. We've always been targets, but I feel like now we're really, really, really going to be targeted, which is crazy to say because for years, for centuries, we've been targeted. But right now is the time to where we have to come together. We cannot fight each other. We've been doing that for years. We have to stop that. I think I said it. The day that we come together, the day that we stand as one and unite, we're gonna take over this world. We're gonna take this country back. And that's what they don't want. So I feel like now it's the time to we really have to come together. We really have to stick together. We have to look out for each other. Pick your brother up. You see your man, your brother down, pick him up, help him out. We can't fight each other. We have to pray for each other. So that's where I'm at now. We all have to figure out what can we do. I think each day we wake up as a community, as a culture, we should be asking ourselves, what can I do today to make my culture better? That should be a question we all ask each other when we wake up in the morning. What can I do today to make an impact on my culture, on my community? And that's where I'm at now.
Mm, mm, okay. So, I'm gonna start from where you left off, and then I'm gonna go back. So, the first thing I did, I was about to go to the grocery store, grab some food, and I was like, "No, I'm about to go support a black-owned business." And so I shot down to my dude spot, grabbed some food. But going back to the trial, I followed the trial and saw the basically cops testifying against another cop, which is something you don't usually see. Um, and in my mind, during the trial, I'm thinking like, oh, this case is a wrap. Like, there's no way he can get off. It didn't hit me until the verdict was about to come out. I was like, he might get off because I'm always thinking they're gonna find some way to justify it. I'm thinking that they may have got to some of the jurors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that the judge is in on it. You know what I mean? I'm
Yep.
thinking because like his defense didn't really do much. I'm thinking he didn't because they know he gonna get off. Right. That's like how I'm always thinking. Um, when the verdict did come out, it was just basically what you said. They only did what was right to do. There was really for me no reason to celebrate. And I was just happy that there weren't going to be any riots downtown because you saw what happened during the summer of last year.
Yeah.
And so that was the main thing. I didn't want there to be another excuse to kill black people or to target black people because you know how trigger happy cops are. And so that's how I felt after that. I was at the gym. I think I told you this. I was at the gym. Only other black person that was there was a young lady that worked there. And she asked me if I was leaving. And I said no. And she said, good, because I don't want to be here by myself when that verdict comes out. As soon as that verdict comes out, 10 minutes later, Fox News is showing criminals, black criminal after black criminal after black criminal. And I was just like, man, this is ridiculous. It's like they're not gonna let you have a moment to breathe. And then of course the shooting that happened in Columbus, Ohio before the trial, but we didn't get the news until after that happened before the verdict, but we didn't get the news until after. I was just like, we didn't even get a day, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to let it sink in. Um, that happened right before the verdict came out, and that was in our faces right after the verdict came out. So where do we go from here? I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, unite, and I think one of the best ways to do that is economically. If you didn't think you had a reason to be a consumer of black-owned products and services before, you sure shit got a reason to be a consumer now. Um, take your dollars and put them into your community, because at the end of the day, we are the only ones who really care about us. No one else is going to come and save us. Nobody else is going to come and build us up. We are the ones who possess that power, and that is something that we actually can do. Talking about changing laws, defund the cops, and all of this type of stuff. Should that happen? I believe it should. But what's the quickest solution that we have? What power do we have right now? If you really want to see things change, trust me, money talks. And if you hit them in their pockets, I guarantee you will see things change. That's just how this country is built. Us being brought over here from the homeland to become slaves was completely economic. That was an economic decision. They got 200 and what 43, 46 years of free labor. And then after that put into oppressive positions time after time again, but still we rise up. But when we get the money, we give it right back. That's just not smart. So I think going forward, watch your six, because unfortunately, I hate to say this, George Floyd ain't the last one. The young lady that got shot yesterday ain't the last one.
Absolutely not.
And we're going to see it time and time again. But the way we can let our voice be heard, I don't think we need to march. I don't think we need to hold up signs. I think if we redirect our dollars into our community and to the businesses that we own, that's going to be the shot heard around the world. Period.
Absolutely, man. So, like you said, from here, I think, like you said, we have to put resources into our own community, put our dollars back in our own communities. Like you said, man, you said it before, and it was the coldest statement. You said the coldest protest is when we stop putting dollars in their community.
Yeah.
We stop giving them our dollars.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you don't like somebody or you think somebody doesn't like you, why would you want to spend your money with them? Now, I can get in certain cases where we might not have access to certain things. That's different. But a lot of the money that we spend isn't for necessities, right? Just think about buying that luxury car. And I have no issues with driving a nice car, but you can still get a car and a nice car. And the difference between what you would pay for that luxury car and just a regular nice car is money you could put back into your community. So you can help build that grocery store. You can help put together that bank. You can help build your own schools. You can help grow your own food. And the more and more we do that, not only do we become wealthier as a community, but the less we have to go outside of our community to spend our money in order to get what we need. Think about this. Say you had everything you needed in life, everything you wanted, and you didn't have to go outside your community to do that. Community across the track. Do you really care what they think? No. Like, just think if our kids don't have to go to their colleges where they treat us like crap, work at their companies where they treat us like crap, and we really never have to leave the presence of just being around our people. Do you really care what someone else thinks of you? Not really, not so much. We keep giving away our power when we do that. And so you got to ask yourself, do I really need this? And when I spend my money, how is it empowering my community? Because I'm telling you what, they take care of their community, which is what they're supposed to be doing. And I hate to say it like that, because we're all Americans. We really should be one. But unfortunately, we're not. So yeah, the coldest protest is when you circulate your dollars. Because if you think about it, the way other communities protest is that same way. If you treat one of us like crap, all of us leaving. All of us leaving, bro. Like there isn't an if, and, or a but. We all leaving, and you gonna feel it. Mm-hmm. Now you got to shut your business down. Now you got to go apologize. So keep that thinking in mind. I know we want major change to happen, but Rome wasn't built in a day. We got to use the power that we have now. Start where you at right now. Tag a black-owned business. Find somebody that you know that you haven't supported their business. And even if you don't have the means to support them right now, you can shout them out. Shout them out so that somebody else can know about them so they can come and spend their money with them. To me, that's the coldest protest, because at the end of the day, all of this really falls back to economics.
And with that being said, I will end with this, man. White friend of mine, and this message is to white America. A white friend of mine asked me, he said, "Hey, man, I will never know how it feels to be a black man in this country." I said, "You're absolutely right." But his question to me was, what can I do to make you guys feel like you're not victims, to make you guys, to try to make this country better as a white American? What can I do? And my answer to him was, "Do you have kids?" He said, "Yes, I have 2 daughters." My answer to him was, teach your kids to love everyone, because that's the next generation. Your kids are going to grow up in the same generation as my kids.
Yep.
Teach your kids to love. So if there's anyone from white America that wants to know, hey, what can we do to start to help the change, to help the movement? Teach your kids, the generation after, how to love. And I'm going to end it with that. I am Willie Ashford.
That's Alex Price. The Black Culture Podcast. Right.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.